You fucking think?
Welcome back.
Son of a bitch. Cocksucker. You did that on
I did do that on
JD.
purpose.
Go to hell. You Tom Brady's cock can ride it.
Yeah, okay.
Cock-sucking son of a bitch.
We're going to run down through all the scores.
Fuck you, suck.
You'll know why he's mad in a minute.
Go suck Man Gum's dick.
Yeah, you'll know, if you know who that is, you'll know exactly why he's mad. But yeah, okay. We'll get to that. Don't worry. I'll give you all the chances.
Is that the thing you want to piss me off about?
Yep. Okay, run down through the games and we'll talk about them real quick. Steelers versus Patriots. I am so sick. This is going to be a bad football season. I got to hear people bitching every time the Patriots win a game. My God. Seriously.
I assume the Patriots are going to win, being a Steeler fan. I assume the Patriots are going to win. However, the fury of God, lightning, thunder, and raining fire, Tom Brady that we were supposed to see because he was so pissed off and everything, I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. I saw a Tom Brady that was agitated. I saw a Tom Brady that was aggravated. I saw a Tom Brady that wasn't himself, like he had been gotten to. But it wasn't the Steelers' defense that got to him, kids. It definitely wasn't their defense.
I feel, honestly, that he was a little drained from the whole process of all the court shit.
He did it.
And I think he was also drained from the whole the Super Bowl trophy, like award ceremony thing before the game. That's hard to do. It just drains you when you're all piped up about something you did a year ago and then you're pumped up to play the fucking Steelers game one. You know?
Steelers are a good team to go up against on game one.
I mean,
had they had a completely healthy offense, that would have been a hell of a shootout.
Yeah, same with the Patriots. Patriots had LeGarrette Blount. They didn't have three of their offensive line. They had to start three rookies on the offensive line.
Oh.
So
neither here nor there. What we get the argument is if
I
all their
don't
offenses
care.
were healthy, it would have been great.
I'm fine with the game. I thought the game was good regardless. I thought the game was good. Steelers got a touchdown in jump time with like 7 seconds left. But
well, realistically, I wasn't looking at that game as if it was going to be win number one for the Steelers. I did not think that was going to happen.
I was working that night, and my God, I've never heard so much freaking crybabies. I have nothing against the Steelers personally. I think they're a fine organization. I like their players for the most part. I like, but a handful of your fans are just assholes. I'm sure there's Redskin fans that are assholes everywhere. I mean, so every team has them. But I deal with a lot of the asshole Steeler fans all the time.
All of the city of Philadelphia is apparently like that.
Apparently, I've never met that. All the fans that I know, like my friend Ed, my friend Chris Dunson, they're good Steeler fans. They're good Philly fans, and they're not like the people in the city. So. But I just get so irritated with Steelers. Every play of that game, that's holding. They didn't call it. All the referees just help out the Patriots. Everything's, no. Every freaking 5 seconds was a complaint about the game. And you see that video on YouTube? It was a guy reporting the game where like the shot clock was running, or the play clock was running down like 12 seconds. They pushed it back up to 24. Like, yep, the referees are cheating for him. Like, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they didn't spot the ball properly, or maybe it took too long to spot it, or the ball's in the wrong place, or maybe they need to replace the ball. It's something that, like, a perfect example of that's them correcting something that needs to be corrected. Like, 2 weeks ago, there was a game. It was a college football game. It was Hawaii versus Colorado. Colorado had, like, threw a pass. There's, like, 12 seconds left. The guy caught it like the 7, and they ran up to the offensive line. They ran up to the offensive line to run a play. And the referee was, like, panicked and wasn't able to, like, set the ball and get out of the way in time, and the clock ran out on him. And what should have happened, agree with me on this if you must, or disagree, what should have happened is the referee like, whoa. This is my fault. Put 3 seconds on the clock. They at least earned the play. They were ready to run this play. It's on me. They should not lose this game because of me.
Yeah.
Put 3 seconds on the clock. You guys get one play. This is my fault. I'm sorry.
The refs can take as many timeouts as they want.
Yeah.
They can stop play.
Do you agree with me on that? They
should have just stopped play.
This is a perfect example of that correction in the NFL. If they didn't spot the ball, let's say they started the play clock too early, or some screwed up, or maybe the ball got thrown out of bounds, they couldn't get a ball to the referee in time. Should that be punishable to the offense? No. All simply just throw 10 seconds back on. What? It happens all the time. Watch any game. It happens all the time.
Forget actually watching a game on TV. Go to an actual NFL game. Sit in the stands. And watch how many times that clock changes every couple of plays.
Oh, yeah.
It'll go from 12 to 24 to 2 to 10 to 15. Like, it bounces all over the place with resets and TV timeouts and everything. Like, don't ever go by that as the god of the game because it's not.
I'm so sick of the complaining about the Patriots. Listen, you want to go to a website like yourteamcheats.com. It'll tell you what every team does at cheats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to know who has the most cheats on them? Actually, the Steelers do, because more of their players got caught with PEDs than any other team in the league.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll get on here and go through the list if someone wants to read it. Go do it yourself. Go to yourteamcheats.com. It'll tell you what every team does. And the most violations is the fucking Steelers. Maybe they're the most that get caught. Let me rephrase that. They might be the most that get caught. But the Patriots are like middle of the pack on that.
Well, now you're being like an anti-Steeler fan, like you just complained about a Steeler fan being.
I don't really know, but all I heard the entire game, and since the game until like yesterday, was all these conspiracies that the referees are trying to help the Patriots. The NFL wants the Patriots to win all the time, and they're all about Tom Brady. And no, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. And you're going to sit here and claim that there's some kind of conspiracy that the Patriots cheat and we're Steelers and we never cheat or anything. Don't say that. Every team cheats.
I'm sure Robert Kraft would argue that, but that's besides the point.
I mean, he might feel that way.
He probably feels like Roger Goodell's out to get the Patriots and they can't get it.
We talked about this last week. I don't want to get into it.
We're not getting into it.
I believe it was an overcorrection.
We really took 5 minutes to talk about one game.
Okay, well, we'll just we'll end that right now.
Put a fork in it.
Go to the next one. Philadelphia or Dolphins, Redskins. Redskins, you had that game. You had too many penalties. You had way too many penalties. That's the best way of putting it.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it, so. Defensive line looked good. Offensive line looked good. Defense in general looked good. The receivers, I think Deshaun Jackson's out for like 4 weeks. He's tore his hamstring. Bills, Colts. Bills look good.
Bills look really damn good. That defense is
That's the best defense in the league.
Tyrod looking good.
I'm glad Tyrod Taylor started too. I thought he should have been started.
I don't think the Jets look that fantastic. I don't think the Browns defense is that good.
I don't think the Jets look bad either.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you look at that score and you're
Brandon
thinking,
Marshall adds a little bit of an attitude to that team, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
he adds an attitude because what is it? They what's his name threw an interception, and then the guy intercepted it, and as he's running, Brandon Marshall ran up, took the ball out of his hands. I think he just adds a dimension of toughness to it.
I'll give it that.
And he actually makes Decker better because now you can't double team Decker. Decker played great.
Decker was the only thing they had.
Yeah, they had Percy Harvin for a while last year. Harvin plays for the Bills now. Bills could be explosive. I didn't see what happened to Sammy Watkins last night. Chiefs. I'm going to say this again.
The Chiefs are that good.
We don't know if Chiefs are good or if the Texans are bad. We don't know.
Offensively, Texans are bad.
They might not be great defensively either. We'll see. If the Chiefs come out, okay. If the Chiefs come out, let's say they come out and they blow out the Broncos, then we will probably agree. We still don't know because we don't know if the Ravens' offense is that bad or if the Denver's defense is really that good. But what happens if the Chiefs come out and they beat the Broncos by like 30, like they did the Patriots last year?
Yeah, but then again, Peyton could come out and just have the game of his career. So,
yeah,
you just don't know.
And the Chiefs could create nothing. So what does that say about Texas defense?
Well, then we'll have a thermometer. Then right now we just have a baseline reading.
Yeah.
Panthers, Jaguars. That was the sleeper game of the day. I don't think anyone was watching that, and if you were, I feel bad for you.
That was a game with no offense. No other way to put that.
Look at the score. That was the sleeper game of the day.
20-9.
That was the sleeper game of the day. I bet you that had the least amount of people.
The only upside to that, I guess, is the Panthers shut him out second half. That's the only upside.
Yeah, but it was Blake Bortles, so I mean, it's second year.
He's got no one to throw to. That's his issue. He's really got no one to throw to. And the running back, T.A. Yeldon's. Not to mention, Panthers. Let's be honest, have had a really tough defense the last few years.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, they have. Seattle and the Rams. I'm telling you, Cam Chancellor back. I don't think that's a.
It might have been different.
I think it absolutely would have been different. They did come back. They look at that 18 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So it was a tight game for most of the game.
Packers did what the Packers were supposed to do, and that was beat Jay Cutler and the Bears. Cutler looked better than he has in years. He's John Fox got some proper coaching techniques going on up there now.
Well, look what happens when you give Matt Forte the ball. Wasn't that my big pet peeve last year? That Trestman wasn't giving Forte the ball.
Well, that, and you said Marshall was distracted 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Because he would rather be doing his TV show than he would actually be on the field.
Well, that's part of it, but he still wants to win. I'm sure when he showed up, he actually played hard. But They gave the ball. They gave Matt Forte the ball. He had 140 some rushing.
Oh yeah, he went crazy.
Look what happens when you get in Packers. You say yourself, it's not a horrible defense. It's not too shabby. So
and they were down their number 1 wide receiver and plugged in a guy they just signed that they had for 7 years, lost him, and then got him back. And boom, 2 touchdowns.
He played great.
2 touchdowns.
I was happy with him. I might try to point chase him.
Aaron, seriously, give it to Devontae or Richard once in a while. That would be fine. I would be thrilled with that. But that's neither here nor there. Detroit.
Philip Rivers.
I was pulling for you, kids. I was pulling for you the whole entire time. It's so hard to pull for you when you have Matt Stafford as your fucking quarterback. But
why do you hate Matt Stafford?
I don't know.
I don't think he's a good quarterback. That's my opinion.
Well, that would be.
I think he's a product of having the greatest jump ball player in the history of the game in Megatron. Well, that's what I honestly think he is.
But they have like some seriously outstanding offensive weapons, but then it just doesn't seem like the ball can get to them.
I don't understand this. For what I didn't watch the game.
But Eric Ebron did drop like the first couple that was passed to him, and then he scores a touchdown.
But answer me this.
What?
Abdullah. That's the name, right?
Amir Abdullah.
He did run really good first half, right? He was running good.
Yeah.
Okay, by halftime, Philip Rivers had 2 interceptions and not a lot of yards. Were they up at half? What was the score at halftime? 21-10?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just keep running the football? Why were you throwing the football?
I have no idea. Glover on their defense,
mm-hmm.
they just sucking him right out of the air. It was pretty impressive to watch. I did enjoy watching that game. I really was pulling for Detroit, but whatever. And part of that is I think Philip Rivers is a fucking douche. Like, seriously,
he plays hard. I think he's a winner.
He's a fucking douche.
He's got a winning
I want to take a bolo tie and shove it up his ass.
When we turn it sideways, I don't think he cares.
I don't. What's a bolo tie? Is not. Anyway,
well, you got the bolo tie clip. That would hurt.
I fucking hate you, Philip Rivers. That's all there is to that. The Saints and Cardinals. That was not a surprise to me.
Not really. I had Cardinals winning it, so
the Saints' offense is rebuilding.
What I'm concerned about is that without all their weapons, Saints still put up 19. That concerns me. Cardinals don't have their defensive coordinator because he's Todd Bowles.
Is it Bowles? Maybe. I don't know. I can't.
Whoever it is, he's now the head coach of the Jets. Yeah, the defensive coordinator for them last. Yeah, Todd Bowles. I think so.
Okay.
So Bruce Arians is their coach now. Yeah, right. He's Cardinals coach, right? Bruce Arians.
Yeah, that's the guy that always wears a dumbass hat.
Yeah, and okay. Todd Bowles Bowles coaches the Jets now.
Okay.
So that might be a carryover of that. And they do have a female linebacker coach. No, I'm just kidding. That has nothing to do with it. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, kudos.
I'm just making a joke. I think it's awesome.
I can't wait till they bring the first girl kicker into the league. And hopefully it's Kathy Ireland. Did you see the movie? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
There we go.
Necessary Roughness.
Scott Bakula's in that. I'm a Scott Bakula fan.
Everyone's in that. Jason Bateman, Rob Schneider, Sinbad.
Yeah.
Everyone's in that freaking movie, man. It's one of my favorite football movies.
It was ahead of its time.
It was ahead of its time. Let's see, Ravens, Broncos.
We have already talked that blue in the face in the previous 3 episodes.
We are discussing this before we had the podcast.
We were discussing this in the last 3 podcasts we did before this one as well. It has come up in conversation every single time.
We don't know if the Broncos' offense is as bad as they are.
If the Broncos' defense is that good, or if the Baltimore's offense is that absolutely terrible.
I think Baltimore's offense is that bad because, granted, there are some studs on the Broncos' defense, but I think the Ravens' offense is that bad because what's your best weapon? Forsett and then a 34, 36-year-old Steve Smith Jr. Senior. Sorry,
yeah.
Senior.
His kids.
And who's your other receivers? That's all I'm saying.
They
lost Torrey Smith.
But that's why we're talking about the thermometer earlier today. When we see Denver go up against Kansas City later this week,
we'll find out. Yeah,
that's going to be the set. And then we'll see who the Ravens have next week.
I'll just go ahead and look. I'll go ahead and look.
You're going to go ahead and look. Yeah, we have 2 devices here. I do that. I do this.
Ravens play Raiders. So we're definitely going to find out next week whether their offense is that bad.
Yeah, if Derek Carr can kick your ass on a broken hand, you got issues.
Man, the Redskins are getting like.
Oh no, No, it won't be Carr. Carr will probably take a week off. It'll be McClown or
Magnus or something. It's like it begins with an M.
Yeah, it's kind of like McCown or McGowan.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Or like Moore.
And he came in and put up 13 points in the fourth quarter, so figure that out. But anyway.
I think it's... Alright, we'll get into that here in a minute. All in the fourth? They might have...
Are we done with that?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We beat that.
I don't think... See, I'm confident next week because I don't think the Broncos are just... I don't think they're horrible. I just don't think they're what they were last year or what they've been last year. So
I would like to see Peyton go out on top. I will say that.
Jess is going to be the get the blunt end of that when it comes to their fantasy team.
But Peyton's such a fantastic guy. He's so awesome. And he's so funny, and he's such a genuinely nice individual that I really would like to see him go out with a Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie. I think he's a good guy.
I don't care either way. I do think he's a Hall of Famer, though. No doubt in my mind he's a Hall of Famer.
Yes, kids, Cincinnati is that good.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. In that division, they're the best overall team. They got the best defense. We can agree on that, right?
Oh, hands down.
Hands down.
In that division, hands down.
I would say Cleveland has a good defense too. It's just you don't know because their offense can't score anything.
Cleveland's been in a rebuilding year for the last 20.
Yeah, it's a rebuilding decade, I guess, or
century.
Yeah,
crazy.
Quarter century.
The Raiders had everything they needed.
The Red Rockets look good. The Red Rocket, the Red Rifle, and Andy Dalton, he looked good.
Everyone looked good.
Jeremy Hill looked good. AJ Green looked good.
Yeah.
That team just looked like they came ready to play. Let's just put it that way. They came.
The Bengals were prepped for this season.
They came to play this game. Now, obviously, it's not a national spotlight game, so they look really good.
Yeah, but look at that defense. 0-0-0. They let them have 13.
Well, you never know because when did Derek Carr get hurt?
Carr got hurt. I thought he got hurt earlier.
So
he only had 61 yards. So he had to got hurt in the first half.
Well, you don't know. Because Amari Cooper, I mean,
got his head.
There might be some good we gotta talk about that. Sorry. There might be some good chemistry between those two, but if he gets hurt right away, that kind of goes out the window right away because your backup's got to get acclimated.
Well, if Carr gets his hand beat up and then Cooper gets his bell rung, there with that chemistry, you know what I mean?
That didn't happen until the fourth quarter.
What, Cooper?
Yeah, the Cooper.
Okay.
That happened fourth quarter because it was on a touchdown run. So
the Bengals are that good, kids.
The Raiders
are that good.
I don't think the Raiders are a bad team. I'm going to throw that out there. They have talent everywhere. Carr's good. They have a good receiver. Murray, their running back. Latavius Murray is not a bad running back. And they got guys on defense that are talented, like Khalil Mack and so on and so forth. There he is.
I think the problem is like there's too many attitudes and no one to steer them in the right direction.
Yeah, if you took a coach, let's say
it's absolute chaos.
20 years ago, Bill Parcells, and you put him in that locker room, instant fix.
Oh yeah, immediate.
You know, or you take
Well, how many coaches have they had in the last 10 years?
It's part of the big issue there was their owner. You had Al Davis, who he liked stirring the shit pot with it and then licking the spoon. So.
He's dead now, and I don't think his kids are any better. But that's besides the point. Anyway,
their kids inherited that stupidity, and we're gonna talk about that for real quick. Dude, we know Pac-Man Jones is a troublemaker, but dude, that's low blow to take off someone's helmet,
pick it up, lay it under their head,
and then try to bash their head into it. That is a low blow, and that's a pansy ass. All I'm gonna say.
I don't care.
I hope you get suspended for like 3 games.
He's just gonna get a fine. He's not gonna get a suspension.
He should get at least. He should have been thrown out of the game for that. To be honest, could we agree on that?
He should have been ejected.
Okay.
And apparently all this is over. He punched me in the throat. Well, he's a rookie, kid. He's a rookie. Just push him to the ground and walk away.
I mean, obviously he didn't have an issue getting him to the ground. That happened like that.
Yeah, but why continue it? You've just proven to the kid that you got him.
He's a punk. He's always been a punk, and he'll never change. For some reason, he's still allowed in the league. But
is this his 4th team?
I don't know. He's been on their team for a long time.
Since he?
Yeah, he's been on that team.
I thought he did a stint with the Titans and a stint with the Raiders.
He did. He was drafted by who was he drafted?
Titans. No, he wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was Titans.
Okay.
He did a stint with the Cowboys for a while too.
Okay. All right, on to the Titans. Yes, Marcus Mariota is that good.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I think he's good.
I think. Well, he only threw the ball 16 times, so we don't really know.
Yeah.
I think that
he's better than Jameis Winston.
I don't know. We don't know that either. We'll wait a whole year before we judge on who's better. Right now, it looks like Marcus Mariota's way better. I'll throw that out there.
It looks like he's farther ahead in the playbook.
I also think he has a better team around him. He has a much better team. In Buccaneers, the defense is horrible.
It's the Buccaneers. That's all you have to say. That's the end of the statement. You don't even need to explain it after that. It's the
They
Buccaneers.
didn't have Mike Evans, which is a big loss because he's a top 5-10 receiver right now.
That falls under this is the Buccaneers.
Yeah. I don't think Doug Martin played very well. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we will see. But he looked poised. He got after it. He played well.
Took a couple of good hits. Got up. Shook it off.
Yeah. And
kid's dynamite.
We'll see. I mean, next week can come out and throw 4 interceptions, and then when Jameis Winston can go up against the Saints, which he could do this, definitely could happen because he plays the Saints next week, and have 4 touchdowns and 400 yards, and have Mike Evans back and be like 10 times better than he was this week.
Will Jameis Winston next week have a higher QBR than 6.7?
Wow. The Titans play the Browns, so I'm going to take the over-under on. I don't think the over that he's going to have higher than 6.7.
I say Jameis Winston doesn't break 50 on his QBR next week.
I think you're going really specific on analytics. Just pick more than 2 touchdowns.
I say touchdowns to interceptions. Oh wait, I think it was equal.
2 to 1. 2 to 1. I'll pick 2 to 1.
2 to
no,
1?
he had 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. I think.
Okay. I'll take 2 to 1 on that.
I'll take 2 to 1. I think Mariota. He plays the Browns. Browns are not a bad defense.
I think
Browns will go. He'll go 3-1 against the Browns, or 3-2. 3-1. He'll get 3, but I think it'll be 3-1, 3-2.
I say the score of that game is going to be a touchdown or lower.
You want to do scores in next week's game?
No, I'm not going through the whole entire league and doing that. I'm just saying next week, I say the Titans beat the Browns by 7 or fewer.
Okay. And the last game. Did you watch that game last night?
I watched like a quarter of that game. I don't like either team, so it's kind of hard for me to get.
I have to pick.
Tony Romo's a really nice guy, but I just don't like him.
I like Odell Beckham Jr. I like players in this game. Odell Beckham Jr. Hell of a receiver.
Yeah.
I like Dez Bryant. I like Tony Romo, and I like Julius Randle because he's on my fantasy football team. And Witten. You can't dislike Witten.
I wish Witten played for somebody else, but yes.
So
Witten's
you
a nice
can't
guy.
you can't hate the players. You gotta hate the team. You know, don't hate the sin, hate the sin.
I can hate the game.
Yeah. I don't hate the players. I hate the team. So that was a good game. Eli Manning, I know you're watching. Just pay attention.
What the fuck happened?
Why did you throw the ball away?
Why?
You could have ran 40 seconds off the clock and basically won the game for your team.
That's fucking grade school shit right there.
Come on,
That
man.
is grade school shit right there.
You
don't need someone in your ear to tell you to eat the fucking football. Like literally run to the other side of the field and take a knee at the 20-yard line. That's all you had to do. Just eat the fucking clock.
Yeah.
You can't take a flag for that. It doesn't matter. It's completely legal to just zigzag your happy little ass all the way down to the other goal line.
He's not fast.
He doesn't have to get all the way there. He's just got my time.
I get what you're saying. If you hadn't, what should have been said to you is, hey, take a 3-step drop, look, we don't see one open, kneel.
Take another 3 steps and
kneel.
drop.
No, just kneel. Kneel, run the 40 seconds off, we'll take the delay game, stops the clock, go back 5 more yards, kick the field goal.
Game over. You win.
Game over. We'd have won because they'd only had, 20 seconds after
they
that?
Have no time
they wouldn't have enough time to do anything.
But Tony Romo, who has the most fourth quarter drives for win in the history of the NFL.
Comebacks in general. 26 now, right?
28.
Yeah, wow. See, we never really talked about this, but I've honestly never had an issue with Tony Romo. I always thought he was a good quarterback.
I like him as an individual, but I hate the fucking team he plays for, so therefore I don't like him as much.
But if he was on your... Let's say Aaron Rodgers was injured, and you had a choice between any quarterback, other than Peyton, and you had a chance to get Romo, would you want Romo?
Yeah, he grew up being a Green Bay Packers fan, so yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was a Green Bay Packers fan. But value-wise,
Aaron Rodgers grew up being a Joe Montana.
He is the most valued player in the league right now. Here's why. He's undrafted. His first contract was $10,000 to play for the Cowboys, and now look at him. He makes over $100 million.
He was the best performing fantasy quarterback last year.
Was he? I thought Aaron Rodgers was.
I thought it was Tony Romo.
He was definitely the high. He blew out the whole field in QBR.
Yeah. Well, then maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe he had the highest.
He was like 12 points higher than any other QB in QBR. He had over 70% passer percentage or completion percentage.
Yeah.
I think he was like 28-5 like touchdowns, interceptions, 28 touchdowns, like
Something like
5
that,
interceptions, something like that. And he had like again a bunch of fourth quarter comebacks. It's just
the only problem with Tony Romo is when he screws up, it's at the absolute worst fucking time.
See,
that he's just got bad luck.
I think he just gets.
I think he's just got bad luck.
I think he just gets blamed for it. Like, okay, 2 years ago, I'll give you a perfect example. Okay,
Are we gonna talk about the stamp?
2 years. No. This was 2 years ago. The Cowboys were playing Denver when Denver had that offense. It just was just amazing.
25 minutes of going through scores, kids.
Okay.
This is what happens when we're involved.
2 years ago, Denver Cowboys, and they were in a shootout. Both teams scored 48 points.
Yeah.
It's about 3 minutes left. Tony Romo throws a quick slant. The guy doesn't complete the route, and it goes to a defender. And then Denver runs the ball to the goal line, kneels on it, and then kicks a field goal in the last seconds to win the game.
Yes.
Okay? So who do you blame for the loss? Do you blame the fact that Romo threw that interception at that time, or the fact that the defense couldn't stop them from scoring once, but the fact that they had 48-48 rather than being like 48-20, and they could have just ran the ball out and won the game?
It could go either way. Most likely, I would have to say the defense didn't do their job. But the only thing I'm saying about Tony Romo is when something egregious happens to him, it happens at the worst possible moment in the game. Like when it goes bad for Tony Romo, it goes terribly bad for Tony Romo, and it might not even be his fault half the time. But because you're the quarterback, you eat all the shit and you eat all the sugar. So there's that. That's a fact of life in the NFL.
I understand what you're saying, but I think it's not fair to a bunch of players. I'll give you another example.
I don't need another example. The point is that when Tony Romo screws up or something screws up around Tony Romo, it is at the absolute worst time for anything bad to happen in a game period.
I just think he gets way too much blame for things that aren't his fault. That's my opinion on it.
But that was like the second part of my statement.
There are some things that are his fault. I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah, but the second part of my statement was when something goes terribly wrong, it goes for him. Now, it could be that Dez Bryant pops the ball up in the air, which still counts as an interception against Tony Romo. Still not his fault. But it's always the worst possible moment for something like that to happen. For the Cowboys in general. I'll say that.
I think it's the Cowboys in general.
Okay, well, then the Cowboys in general. Okay, not Tony in general, but the Cowboys in general.
What was the one? A couple years ago. Brett Favre played for Vikings. Okay? It was in the NFC Championship game. Okay?
Yes.
They're playing against the Saints.
Yes.
Brett Favre throws an interception in overtime, first pass of overtime.
Yes.
And then the Saints just run a play.
They win.
And then they get a field goal. Now.
That was the year the Saints won the Super Bowl.
What?
That was the year the Saints won the Super Bowl.
Yes. Who do you blame for that loss? I blame Adrian Peterson. Because he had 4 turnovers that game. He fumbled the ball 4 times. If you don't fumble the ball 4 fucking times, you don't get in that situation where he has to throw the ball to someone in overtime. If you handle the ball and don't give him 4 turnovers in the red zone.
Oh, that's semantics.
Everyone looks at the end result, but you gotta look at how you got there too. It's like, I don't like LeBron James. Like, you know that, right? I'm not a fan. What?
Is that even basketball season?
2 seconds. Okay, you look at the end result.
Time up.
The end result of the game is maybe he misses the game winner. But you got to understand that he got them to the point where he was in the position to win the game winner because he passes a lot, he scores a lot, he does a lot of things to help his team. That's all I'm trying to say. You got to look at the process of getting it there. Why did you get to this point? Because of these things that happened in the process. Now, what do we remember is the end result in the last play in our mind.
Yeah.
I remember the fact that Adrian Peterson fumbled on the 5, fumbled on the 15, fumbled right after a kickoff return to the 20, so on and so forth. I remember those things because I remember the entirety of the game, not just the end moment where I got mad because of the damn interception or whatever.
Well, no, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. And all society does that. They don't understand that it's a process to get to that point where that play happened. But you got to take in everything else that happened in that.
No, I understand what you're saying, but when you look at the game, and if you're just looking at one frame of any game, when it falls apart on Tony Romo or the Cowboys, it is at the absolute worst possible moment, second play for it to fall apart.
Like he can go 50 for 50, 500 yards. The game is close, and they're tied. He throws that one interception,
or he gets knocked down and drops the ball that one time.
Yeah, and he gets blamed for the entire loss, but everyone forgets that he did all that to get to that
perfect, yeah,
to put you in that position to either win or lose.
50 for 50.
If he was 25 for 50, you wouldn't be in this situation because you wouldn't have been in the game. So that's what a lot of people don't get. And did you want to talk about anything else football related?
No, we're gonna go ahead and do our predictions for tonight. I'm taking the Eagles and the Vikings.
Oh man. Okay. What's the games?
You're gonna take the Eagles and the Vikings. You're not gonna take the Falcons.
I want Falcons to score a lot.
I know what
I want the Falcons to score a lot.
But realistically,
and I want the 49ers to give up 400 rushing yards to Adrian Peterson.
Okay, so you want the Vikings to win.
I do, but I don't want the Vikings to throw the ball. So I don't.
They're not going to throw the ball.
And I want the Eagles to not be able to run the ball, but I want them to be able to pass. There's a lot of things I want. But Eagles, Vikings, I think those are going to win. So.
Yay!
Yay, we did it.
Yeah, I'm taking a timeout. My back hurts.
Okay. Well, our next thing will be...
We're done with football, aren't we?
Yeah, our little fun conversation thing I'm going to ask. I'm going to take like 5 minutes.
How about football?
So we're done with football, and we'll be right back with that.